What if I told you the goals don't even matter anymore? Imagine being the most followed human being on the entire planet. Not a company, not a brand, a human being. Over 900 million followers across Instagram, Facebook, and X. Now imagine that every single one of those followers is also a potential customer. That's not a fantasy. That's the business model of Cristiano Ronaldo, and it took him 20 years to build it with almost zero business school, from a one-room tin-roofed house in Madeira where he used to wait outside McDonald's hoping workers would toss him leftover burgers. Today, Ronaldo is football's first ever billionaire. Not just from football, but from hotels, fashion, fitness centers, hair clinics, AI companies, film studios, real estate, and a lifetime Nike deal worth over $1 billion by itself. But here's what nobody talks about. The failures, the $21 million fine, the $1 billion lawsuit, the social media app nobody used, the crypto scandal, and how he bounced back from every single one. Stay with me, because this is not a football story. This is a masterclass in building an empire. Part 1. The Origin. A boy from nowhere. To understand how Ronaldo built a billion-dollar business, you need to understand where he started, because the starting point is everything. Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro was born on February 5, 1985, in Funchal, on the tiny island of Madeira, Portugal. His family shared a single room in a tin-roofed house. His father, José Diniz, was a part-time kitman at a local football club and a functioning alcoholic. His mother cleaned houses and worked in a factory kitchen. They were, by any measure, poor. At 14, Ronaldo was diagnosed with a racing heart condition that required surgery. Doctors told him his football career might be over before it started. He came back 48 hours later. Training. He left home at 12 to attend Sporting Lisbon's academy. No family. No comfort. At 16, he was spotted by Sir Alex Ferguson at Manchester United and signed for £12.24 million. At 18, he was already one of the most exciting players in Europe. But here's the thing most people miss. While other players were spending their paychecks on cars and nightclubs, young Ronaldo was watching, observing, thinking about what happens after the applause stops. He had seen his father die at just 52, broken, poor, having never built anything lasting. That fear of ending up with nothing became the engine of everything Ronaldo would build off the pitch. Part 2. The first move, CR7, is born. Most athletes wait until their careers are almost over before thinking about business. Ronaldo didn't wait. In 2006, he was just 21 years old, barely established at Manchester United. He registered the trademark CR7. His initials, his shirt number, his identity. He opened his very first business, a fashion boutique in Funchal, Madeira, his home island. Let that sink in. While other 21-year-olds were partying, Cristiano Ronaldo was opening a store. Now, was it a massive hit? Not really. A boutique in a small Portuguese island isn't exactly a global empire. It was small. It was almost overlooked. The fashion world didn't notice. But Ronaldo wasn't building a shop. He was building a brand. He was testing what it felt like to own something, to put his name on something and have it represent who he was. Hard work, discipline, ambition, luxury. In 2008, he opened a second boutique in Lisbon. Still relatively small. Still under the radar. Then in 2009, Real Madrid paid Manchester United £80 million for him, a world record at the time. And overnight, CR7 stopped being a man and became a global symbol. That's when Ronaldo understood something that most athletes never figure out. Your fame is not just for fun. Your fame is a factory. Every goal scored in the Champions League, every Ballon d'Or, every viral moment, every newspaper front page, all of it was free advertising for whatever his name was attached to. He didn't need marketing budgets. He was the marketing. Part 3. Building the empire, layer by layer. Now let's get into the real architecture of how this empire was built, because it wasn't random. Every move Ronaldo made followed a clear pattern. Pick something that matches your image. Partner with experts. Let the brand do the selling. Let me walk you through each pillar. Pillar 1. Pestana CR7 Hotels, 2015. In 2015, Ronaldo approached the Pestana Hotel Group, one of Portugal's biggest hotel chains, with a proposition: let's co-own a lifestyle hotel brand that reflects exactly who I am. The result? Pestana CR7 Lifestyle Hotels. He reportedly invested up to $40 million into the venture. The first one opened in Funchal, his hometown, then Lisbon, then Madrid, then New York, then Marrakesh. These aren't generic hotels. They have football boot-shaped lamps, turf-lined hallways, his trophies on display. They're designed for young, ambitious, Ronaldo-obsessed fans who want to live inside the brand. The partnership generates an estimated $200 million in revenue. And Ronaldo didn't need to run a single room. He brought the brand. Pestana brought the infrastructure. Both parties won. Pillar 2. CR7 Fashion Empire. Meanwhile, the CR7 fashion brand was quietly exploding. Starting with underwear, yes, underwear. In 2013, in partnership with a Scandinavian manufacturer, Ronaldo expanded to jeans, shoes, eyewear, accessories, shirts, and fragrances. In 2015, he launched his first perfume, Legacy, with Eden Parfums. Because nothing says, I am a brand, like bottling your own scent. Today, CR7 fashion products sell in over 50 countries. The brand alone is valued at between $250 million and $400 million. That's not Ronaldo the footballer's value. That's the brand's value. Independently. Pillar 3. CR7 Crunch Fitness, 2016. In 2016, Ronaldo partnered with Crunch Fitness, an American gym franchise, to launch CR7 Crunch Fitness centers across Spain and Portugal. This one was almost too obvious. The man is literally the most famous athlete for his obsession with fitness. His body fat percentage at 35 years old was under 7%. If there's one person on earth who can credibly sell the idea of elite-level fitness, it's Ronaldo. The gyms now have over 11 locations and are expanding globally. Again, Ronaldo didn't build the gyms. He licensed his brand, his identity, his credibility, and collected. Pillar 4. Insperia Hair Clinics, 2019. In 2019, while playing for Juventus, Ronaldo co-founded Insperia, a chain of hair transplant clinics across Spain and Portugal. He owns 50% of the company. Now you might laugh. Hair clinics? Really? But think about the target market. Men in their 30s and 40s with disposable income, insecurity about their hair, and an idol who is famously meticulous about appearance. Ronaldo's name in that industry is pure gold. This is what real brand strategy looks like. Finding the intersection between your personal brand values and a massive underserved market. Pillar 5. Tech investments, the smart money. Here's where Ronaldo gets quietly brilliant. He invested in Iraculous, a health and wellness app. He took a stake in Perplexity AI, the AI-powered search engine that's threatening Google and backed by some of Silicon Valley's biggest names. He invested in Whoop, the elite performance wearable used by top athletes worldwide. And perhaps the shrewdest move, in 2024, he launched his own YouTube channel, You Are Cristiano, giving fans direct access to his life, and bypassing every media company in the process. He also became an investor in Chrono24, a luxury watch marketplace, and took a 30% stake in Vista Alegre, a Portuguese luxury ceramics brand. Then in April 2025, Ronaldo launched UR.Marv, his own independent film studio, co-founded with acclaimed British producer Matthew Vaughn. Action films. Global streaming distribution. Another industry. Another revenue stream. Pillar 6. The social media machine. And then there's the number that breaks every business model. 900 million followers. The most followed human being on the planet. His Instagram alone earns him an estimated $2 million per sponsored post. He's been ranked the highest paid influencer on Instagram for multiple consecutive years. But here's the masterstroke. He doesn't just promote other people's products. Increasingly, he promotes his own. Which means the $2 million per post is just the floor. It's actually free advertising for his own companies. Part 4. The failures, the scandals, the setbacks. But here's the part of this story that most YouTube channels skip, because it's easier to make a hero video than an honest one. Ronaldo's business journey has had real, painful failures. And understanding them matters as much as celebrating the wins. Failure 1. The social network nobody used. In December 2013, Ronaldo launched Viva Ronaldo, his own social networking app. The idea was to create a platform where fans could connect around him. It flopped badly. In an era where Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter already had billions of users, nobody wanted a separate app just for Ronaldo fans. He shut it down quietly. No big announcement. No press release. He just moved on. That's a lesson in itself. If something isn't working, don't waste years defending it. Failure 2. The $21 million tax disaster. In 2017, Spanish prosecutors accused Ronaldo of hiding €14.7 million in income through shell companies in Ireland and the British Virgin Islands between 2011 and 2014, while he was at Real Madrid. In January 2019, he paid €18.8 million, about $21 million, in fines and accepted a suspended 23-month prison sentence. He avoided jail. But the reputational hit was enormous. This was a critical lesson about the danger of aggressive tax structuring when you're operating at global scale. His business advisors had built a complex web of offshore image rights companies, and it backfired spectacularly. The $21 million was absorbed. But the lesson was free. When you're building an empire, the legal architecture matters as much as the commercial strategy. Failure 3. The $1 billion Binance lawsuit. In 2022, Ronaldo signed a multi-year partnership with Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange. He launched an exclusive NFT collection, promoted crypto heavily to his hundreds of millions of followers. Then Binance collapsed into one of the biggest regulatory scandals in financial history. In November 2023, Binance paid a $4.3 billion fine to the U.S. Department of Justice. Ronaldo was hit with a proposed $1 billion class action lawsuit, alleging he illegally promoted unregistered securities to his fans, millions of whom allegedly lost money. The case is ongoing, and it's a billion-dollar reminder. When you lend your name to someone else's product, you inherit their problems. But here's what separates Ronaldo the businessman from most people. He didn't quit after any of these setbacks. He restructured, moved forward, and kept building. His investment vehicle, CR7 Lifestyle, now holds more than €20 million in equity capital and is managed by his brother Hugo Avero and a team of professional advisors. The failures made the structure tighter, smarter, more protected. Part 5. The billion-dollar architecture. So let's zoom out and ask the real question. What does a billion-dollar personal brand actually look like in 2026? According to Bloomberg, Ronaldo's net worth is estimated at $1.4 billion. His career income, salary plus endorsements plus business ventures, is on track to exceed $2 billion by the time he retires. But here's the architectural genius. His income is designed to not stop when he stops playing. His Nike lifetime deal, reportedly worth over $1 billion, pays him regardless of whether he ever kicks another ball. His CR7 brand operates independently of his career. His hotels, gyms, and clinics generate daily revenue whether or not he plays. And his 900 million person social media following? That's not going anywhere when he retires. Most footballers' income collapses the day they stop playing. Ronaldo's income is structurally designed to grow after retirement. He also recently acquired a 25% stake in Spanish football club Almeria through CR7 Sports, stepping from athlete to club owner. From employee to boss. From the pitch to the boardroom. Part 6. The 5 Principles. What you can steal from Ronaldo's playbook. Look, you're probably not going to score 140 Champions League goals. But you can steal Ronaldo's business principles. Because they work in any field. Principle 1. Build the brand before you build the business. Ronaldo registered CR7 at 21. He understood that the brand was the asset, not the boutique, not the hotel, not the gym. Build what you stand for first. The products come later. Principle 2. Your audience is your distribution channel. He has 900 million followers. You might have 900. Doesn't matter, the principle is the same. Build your audience before you need it. Every piece of content is infrastructure. Principle 3. Partner with experts. Own the brand. Ronaldo didn't become a hotelier. He partnered with Pestana. He didn't become a gym engineer. He partnered with Crunch. He brings the brand and audience. They bring the operational expertise. This is how you scale without burning out. Principle 4. Diversify relentlessly. Fashion, hotels, fitness, hair clinics, tech, film, real estate, crypto, sports ownership. If one collapses, like the Binance disaster, 10 others keep running. Principle 5. Never let failure be the last chapter. $21 million tax fine. $1 billion lawsuit. A social app nobody used. He absorbed every hit and kept building. The scoreboard doesn't stop because you had a bad quarter. Here's what I want to leave you with. A kid from a tin-roofed house in Madeira. A kid who used to wait outside McDonald's for leftover food. A kid who lost his father at 20 to a disease linked to poverty and alcoholism. That kid, through a combination of obsessive discipline, shrewd timing, smart partnerships, painful mistakes, and an almost pathological refusal to stop, built the most valuable personal brand in the history of professional sport. Not just a footballer. Not just a celebrity. A business architect. Football made Ronaldo famous. But Ronaldo made Ronaldo a billionaire. And the most important part of that sentence, it's the word made. Because nothing in his empire appeared by accident. The question isn't whether Cristiano Ronaldo is the greatest footballer of all time. The question is, what are you building while everyone else is just playing? If this video gave you something new, something you didn't know about how this man actually built his wealth, smash that like button and subscribe. We go deep on how the world's biggest names build empires the rest of the world doesn't see. See you in the next video.